Welcome to Mouthpiece Xtra. We are in London ahead of Fabio Wardley against Frazer Clarke. I'm joined by Miles Fearon and, of course, Ben Shalom. Ben, we've had some drama already this fight week. Not sure where to start. Maybe we start with the gatecrasher, the man who stormed the press conference.
Apparently
and,
he's a Nigerian champion.
Nigerian champion, allegedly, and he wants to fight Ben Whitaker.
Look, he's world class. We're looking at doing box office in June, and yeah, it was good to see him. No, in all seriousness, I didn't know who he was, although I did see him again. He's just asked for a ticket. I saw his T-shirt. I thought it was a bit over the top. Did you see what he said?
No, I haven't seen what he said. What did he say?
Bell End Whitaker, which was interesting. But no, I actually do. Apparently, we do know each other. He's trained in a gym in Manchester under Sean Cruel many years ago. So you reminded me that I have met him before. So I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. But no, it was a bit of fun. And to be honest, it's happening with Ben all the time. We've got fighters in so many countries now. Having seen what I did to Clarke, I don't know if you've seen his social following, but it's in like the hundreds and hundreds of thousands now, and he's now the Clarke.
Oh, he's just gone up as well.
Yeah, he's now the most wanted journeyman in all of Europe. So that's the Ben Whitaker effect. And to be fair, if you remember, going back, it's always been the money fight. Everyone's calling your name. Everyone does it to Canelo. You remember with Floyd Mayweather. Everyone be calling Mayweather out, and you get your name in the mix. And I think most of the division are seeing that now, so it's good, and it shows where Ben's at, and I think it's going to happen a lot.
So Ben, is that the best way to get your attention? Crash a conference and say, I want your best fight. I want one of your best fighters.
Definitely got my attention. I don't know, to be honest, we've got Ben's. We know where we're going with Ben. We usually have the next couple of fights lined up in terms of we want him active, we want him staying active, we want him taking steps up every time, and it's working so far. It's just about keeping him active and ready. In terms of getting my attention, look,
You got everyone's attention.
The problem is with Ben, there's not many people that can bring much to the table.
Yeah. Facts.
Because he could fight anyone, and he's going to do millions of views. So I think it's more about who fits his development than who's bringing something to the table.
There's a lot to talk about on this card. Probably won't have time to talk about it with you, all of it, but let's go straight to the top of the card. Fabio Wardley, Frazer Clarke. Frazer obviously was one of the first, well, not one of the first, but we've had him from debut, straight out of the Olympics. He is a boxer fighter. Fabio coming in as the favourite, but as the away fighter, if you like. How do you see that fight going? What do you expect?
To be honest, I've got more confident. Like, I've always been confident with this fight, but I keep getting more confident the more I spoke to Frazer this camp and how it's going and how serious he is and how wound up he is and how focused he is. I just believe he's the, I might eat my words here, but I believe he's the better boxer, and I believe he'll show that on Sunday. And yeah, I can't, at this point, I can't see how Frazer's not the favourite in my eyes. Really do believe that.
It's small size, but do you think there's a much difference in the weight? Because Wardley came in at, was it 17?
17.5, I think.
And Frazer came
I mean,
in at
that's a
19.
big enough difference. 19. That is the lightest Frazer's been for a long time, maybe since his debut or something like that. But
yeah,
will weight play a difference?
Big weight difference, big height difference as well. Probably not. I just think Frazer will have too much. I really do. But it's a crazy card. It's one of them where even Babbitt Robinson, it's just ridiculous.
What a fight.
It's just the perfect warm-up for such a great night. Like, even as a fan, like, it's perfect. And then to see Callum Simpson and Ben Whitaker, two future stars as well, in the flesh coming back. That was in a serious fight.
Very serious fight.
And Mikel looks scary. I wouldn't want to be going into the ring with him.
He looks game.
He's got to be the scariest man in that division, and he's a wounded animal as well. And you don't want to be fighting a ferocious puncher that's wounded and desperate to win. That's going to be a really tough fight, and we'll see how good Vidal is. And then Marcus Congo's kicked off massively, which is amazing.
For me, I think this might be the fight of the night for me.
Yeah, I believe so. I think, look, everyone's always said Florian, who's he for? I remember Chris Jenkins, people gave him credit for. But this is a real test, it really is. Like, Chris Congo, XGB, proper fighter, yes, has had a couple of losses, but if you look at those losses, McKinson is an extremely awkward fighter, and then Esserman, for me, just had more heart.
Yeah.
He didn't lose because he wasn't good enough. He's so hungry. Florin's going to have to career best performance. I've been with Florin a long time. He's going to have to do something that we've not seen before, but I think he can. He's with Grant Smith now. He is a different fighter, and he's always struggled with injuries. So yeah, crazy fight. It's going to feel like the Albanian national stadium when Florian comes out.
Obviously, we are going from a Man City Arsenal game straight into the fight. What kind of advantage does that give, the boxers that are on and they're able to showcase their skills to, millions of viewers?
Yeah, there's so few cards that get fans outside of boxing interested. People have bought into this narrative of Wardley Clarke, but then the card as well. I think it's just a great advert for the sport. It's so hard sometimes to get outside the bubble, and we're all in it thinking that we're at the centre of the universe, and then you walk down the street and no one has a clue what's going on, So that's the opportunity here, 3 or 4 million people straight into, for me, the greatest showman in the sport right now, Ben Whittaker. What better advert can you have for boxing? And then an elite British heavyweight title fight at the O2. It's going to be a very special night, and hopefully, really, really good for the sport.
Well, Ben, looking forward to it. I'll see you tomorrow. You'll be in a suit, I'm guessing?
No, I'm stopping suits now.
No suit?
T-shirt.
I've bought a suit. I'd never worn a suit before I became a promoter, so I'm going back.
So what are you wearing? Because I'm sitting next to you, so what should I wear?
Yeah, we always have a problem with that.
Tracksuit, T-shirt.
No.
Hoodie.
You know what? I'll decide. I'll see how I feel. I'll wake up on Sunday morning, like I do on birthdays. I wake up in the morning,
see how I feel. You flip a coin.
And then I make a decision.
Oh, okay.
So, we'll see.
Send me the picture. I'll match you. All right, mate. Thank you.
Well, listen, I wish I could have that luxury of just waking up and if I want to put on a suit today, it might be a T-shirt or hoodie.
You do have that luxury, man. You do have that luxury.
So.
Anyway, let's have a look at that bill. From bottom to top, we have Babic against Robinson. That is a fight that screams violence.
They're both game. They've both just come off the back of a loss.
No, not just straight off a loss. I mean, they've both come off losses.
But,
Robinson is in his... I think he'll be more confident than ever before, having pulled off an upset against Nick Campbell.
Yeah, it was.
I expect very little... I'm not going to say technique.
Be careful with them.
I'm not going to say that they don't have technique. I'm going to say they're just going to throw bombs. Yeah. Anyway, we've got another guest.
Oh.
Get in the come in the middle. We've got Castillo.
We've got Castillo. How you doing, my brother?
Good, I'm
How you
good.
been? You good?
Yeah, bro. You're looking good, bro. All design enough and that, bro. Man, it's a like you, bro. Everyone's a clean, bro.
You've got the chain on.
Come on,
yeah,
bro.
Your glasses, I see it.
Bro. Don't worry about that, bro.
Right.
Child maintenance and that.
What have you seen today that has anything changed in this build-up? Did you notice anything today that maybe you didn't notice?
100%. Like, Frazer Clarke's demeanor is different. Like, usually he's quite, like, jovial and quite fun and, like, light-hearted. But today, he's just so intense. I'm not sure if it was the gloves are off where, like, he was kind of getting a bit irritated.
Yeah.
Today, he literally just looks like he's
game.
Yeah.
And you know what? I noticed that the day the fight was announced, were you there?
Yes, I was with you.
And the day it got announced, even like when they went to do that face-to-face, he just looked like he was fighting like that day. He's been locked in all camp.
Ringside, he was just walking around, just pacing up and down.
I thought he was going to fight anyone ringside. I thought he was just looking for a fight.
Do you have a prediction for this fight?
Do you know what the weirdest thing is? Yeah, I kind of see it two ways. So, for example, the thing about Fabio, he's kind of like with the scar tissue and stuff like that, the nose and from the cut and all that stuff. That's one thing. But I think the amateur pedigree from Frazer Clarke, I think a lot of people are kind of like putting that to the side. However, the thing about Wardley is that.
Give us an answer, man.
Yeah. Do you want some syrup with that one?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's actually really, really hard to predict. And the thing is, whoever wins, I'm gonna be happy either way. Yeah. But I feel like the pressure's more on Frazer Clarke than it is Wardley, because I feel like with Frazer Clarke, I feel like almost people are, based on his last performances, people are sort of saying like, he's not that good. He's not putting on. Whereas Wardley, like, look what he did in Dubai, bruv. Mad.
No, look, this is what I'm going to say. I've seen this fight play out a few ways in my mind. I can't figure out which one is the way it is actually going to play out. A lot is being made of Fabio Wardley's kind of ability. He's shown that he can go to the wall and back.
Yeah.
But not a lot's being made of the fact that he often has to go to that.
And that's somewhere you don't want to go because he's been buzzed a few
He
times.
wants to go there.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Whereas Frazer Clarke, yeah, it's been a little bit one-paced and monotonous, but he's never even looked like losing a minute of a round.
Yeah.
It's been very controlled, and I just wonder if, as soon as that first bell goes, whether they're going to have a bit of a chess match, or is it just going to be a ding-dong?
I feel like almost at any point, if it goes to the later rounds, I feel like Frazer Clarke's pedigree might really start playing into part, and also they're really big guys, and when you get to about 6 rounds, and maybe Fabio's a bit more spent, I feel like maybe Frazer Clarke can just stay on the outside, ping him a little bit, and just maybe cruise to a decision. But from talking to him today, it doesn't seem like he wants to go for a decision.
I don't even know. I can't even predict who he's going to take center of the ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm going to try and predict this, but I won't be able to really give a prediction until like halfway through the first round.
I was just saying to Ben, but just before you, I was saying that the weight difference between them, I think that's going to play a big part. Obviously, Clarke is more heavier than by 2. Was it 2 pounds?
Like 1.5 stone.
Yeah, 1.5 stone.
It's
But when you get into the later rounds and you're carrying that much weight,
yeah, but he's used to carrying that much weight. He is big. That is him at his lightest for a while.
but he's got somebody that's 17 and is more lighter, more faster, who can bang. So it might play a
too many
part.
questions.
It's too many.
A lot of questions. But also, the fight I'm also looking forward to is the Marku fight. Bruv, I'm kind of sure, bruv. There's a lot of Albanian man in there, bruv. I was getting nervous, bruv. I'm not going to lie, I thought like a lot of the support would be for Ben Whittaker. Obviously, he's like a overnight superstar,
Yeah.
but when I started hearing the people chanting, I was like, oh, they're here for
Albanians,
him.
they actually turn up in
And support.
person,
And
like
yeah.
right there. Like
Yeah.
they will all be there. You'll hear them, whatever section
Yeah.
they're in, they will be there.
I personally think this could be the fight of the night. But
100%. But also, saying that as well, I feel like with Ben Whittaker, I feel like it's like a lot of pressure on him in some ways. But the thing is, I think what people forget about Ben Whittaker is that he does the flashy stuff, but if he decides to just take it there, he can destroy someone.
Underneath there, there's a
Yes.
fundamentally sound. They don't give away Olympic silver medals.
100%.
He is a monster.
his name's called the
underneath.
Surgeon.
In fact, he's probably better off if he's playing around with you, you know?
Yeah.
If he comes in just on a serious, like, wants to just...
Get you out of there.
It's probably a longer night.
I'm not sure if this is going to be like when his next fight will be after this, but I feel like after tonight, bruv, it's going to be a great summer for him, bruv. There's going to be a lot of cleaning up, bruv, a lot of branches. You get me, man? You don't want to go to the branches where he's going to be at, bruv. He's cleaning up. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying, bruv, don't bring your girl to that branch. Like, bruv, just be wet. Yeah, bruv, it's mad.
Just before you go, let's have a look at the Babbage-Robinson fight. That's the fight that a lot of people are looking at, and it's a little bit of a, I'm not going to say a wild card fight, but it's a fight where people just like, oh my gosh, that can't be anything but
A knockout. Somebody could go.
What do you expect from that?
Do you know what the thing is? When it comes to heavyweights, like, anything can happen. Like, I'm trying to say, and then not only that, it's like, even they're big guys, but at the same time, the range and the height and all that stuff, it could play a factor. But at the same time, sometimes the short stock you fight, if he gets in, it's different. So, like, I'm looking forward to that because with heavyweight fights, that's the beauty of it, innit? Like, literally anything can happen at any time. And I feel like with this one, what's great about it is, like, I don't feel like neither man is going in there to do a chess match. I think they're going in there.
We won't see a jab.
Yeah, 100%. I think the man are on smoke. And the man's name is, he's got a nickname Drago, bruv. So I don't want to see nothing else, bruv. I'm not going to lie.
Drago,
yeah, but still,
it's
it's
still
just Drago.
Drago.
I want to see Drago, not Disney, bruv. You get me? Bruv.
All right, still.
Come on, man.
I see that just before you go, I see that you're training.
Yeah, do you know what it is?
You're doing a bit of boxing.
I'm not going to lie, bruv. Like, I want to do it at least once, just to say I did it, bruv. You get me? Just to do it, just to say I did it.
Yeah,
That's the one.
it's true,
But I'm saying, though, it has to be for peace, bruv, because man's not getting smoked, and then I can't go and buy, like, some jerk chicken. bruv.
Funny enough, I want to do it just once as well, but you never know.
How much do you weigh?
Too much right now.
80 kg.
You're not 80.
I'm 80 kg.
I'm 68, bruv.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm 68.
Oh, that means I have to come down.
Big boy, you know.
Yeah, how much you weigh? How much you weigh?
I'm
I'm 92.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, you man look a lot bigger in the flesh, like, do you get me? But on camera, I'm like, you lot look like boohoo man models, yeah. But in the flesh, you lot are kind of wham still, bruv. Come on.
You never know. We might do a catchweight. You never know. You never know.
As long as I get peace, bruv, you get me? You lot are with boxer, bruv.
You're with boxing news, bro. You're in good hands.
Yeah, you're a good hands.
But would you guys do a Misfits thing, though?
Nah.
No?
No.
Nah, okay, bruv. You lot are just
Maybe. I mean,
kicking away the money, bruv.
I'm with Boxer.
yeah, we were-
Boxer Sky Sports was we here
That's it.
versus Costello.
We can make the fight
You could do
here.
it. Catchweight.
That's it. That's it.
Come on,
Let's do
bruv.
it.
Big man thing.
Thank you.
Alright,
See you
thank
tomorrow.
you.
See you tomorrow, man. Yo.
Castillo, man. That is our guy.
Wow.
In and out. Oh my God. We've got a legend with us. Straight off his key.
Come on,
Straight.
I've got a special fight.
man. I've been watching this stuff.
We haven't even talked about this fight yet. This is the fight we haven't touched it.
God.
Vidal Riley, Mikhail. It is a fight that maybe because of the strength of the card isn't being spoken about as much as it possibly could. Mongo, Marku was taking the headlines, obviously, top of the billions as well. But this is another fight that could.
It could easily be a headline.
It could headline.
Yeah, it could headline.
Or definitely be chief.
Do you know what this has the same? What's the word I'm looking for? With this is in the same situation as the main event, as in you got proven versus unproven. Yeah, to a certain level. What I'm saying is that you got a champion that is proven versus the challenger that is unproven. Like with this, you go to like start with Frazer Clarke, and you go with Frazer Clarke. Well, yeah, he's got all the credentials, got the amateur ability and everything else, but he's had an easy ride in his first 8 fights, looking to become the quickest ever Briton to win a heavyweight title. That's big anyway. But not only that, you go against a proven champion. Against David Adelaide last time out, he showed that he could weather the storm, ride the wave and hold his shape and do what he's got to do. Against Nathan Gorman, when he got rocked against Gorman, he held his shape, come back. You know, so that guy's proven. Frazer, if he can't go through the levels, use Marius Wack as an example. When he boxed Marius Wack last year, you go, that's a perfect guy to show that you can go through the gears, go through the levels, because he's standing in front of you. He's a big guy, slow, ponderous. You could have shown it. We didn't see that. So we don't know that he's got the capability of doing that, right? And sort of we go there as a game with Mikhail Lawal and Vidal Riley as well, where Mikhail's proven. He's tough, man, and he's a tough guy to get out of there, but he's also very, very tough, heavy-handed, boxed at a level. But Vidal Riley, yeah, he's got a huge following and he looks great, you know, but we've not seen it yet. But you're going to find out there because Mikhail will be at him, because Mikhail will recognise, listen, I've just lost my British title to Isaac Chamberlain, dropping down to English level, lose here, and then it's a tough road back. And for Vidal, it's a coming-of-age fight for him, and that's his motivation. So with the main event and that fight, the chief support, if you want to call it the chief support, you've got 2 fights there where you go proven versus unproven. So Vidal, really, if he starts as the bookies' favourites, in my book, will start as the underdog, because the other kid's proven. So I'll go, well, you got to put your safe money's there, because you know he will be able to do that. We don't know that about Vidal. And that's the same with Frazer Clarke and Wardley as well. I go, that's the reasons why I'm picking Wardley. I go, because I've seen that from him, and I haven't seen that from him. So that's where you're at with it. You know, it's one of those, it's all about opinion. It's all about, you know, we're all going to have an opinion on who's going to win and all that. But them 2 fights there are 50-50 pick'ems, because until that bell rings, we ain't going to know.
With great analysis, by the way. With all that being said, who do you think out of Vidal and Lawal is under the most pressure? Because like you just said, Lawal just lost his belts.
Yeah.
Vidal's just coming into this situation now. He's got his belts, but he wants to show everybody there's a new change of guard. I'm the new guy. Who do you think is the most under pressure then?
Do you know what? They're both under pressure for different reasons. Mikhail Lawal, because it's going to be a case of, well, are you happy to continue your career not at that level? Because it's a tough road back. So where's your motivation come? Where do you find that motivation? That's where your pressure's at. That's why you're in a must-win situation. Vidal Riley, on the other hand, has a big following. He's a social media guy, and we live in that world today of entertainment. That gets you a long way. So there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders because there's a lot of eyeballs on him. So that's a different sort of pressure. So he can't afford to lose, you go, because if you lose, then we found your level. Is that where your level's at? So pressure in both different ways, and it's all about who handles the pressure, right? I'm going to give you this, right? So champions feed off pressure, and that brings the best out of them. And the challenger will let that get to them, and that will take a lot of energy from him, and that will affect his performance. So that's why we'll find out, man. They both got exactly the same pressure, but for different reasons.
Did you see anything when they were up there? Did you notice anything? Obviously, we know Mikhail can get quite animated and not necessarily talkative, but he does really get in that.
Does a lot of talking with his face.
Yeah, do you know what I noticed about Mikhail Lawal? That when I'd done the head-to-head with them last time, when he was boxing Isaac Chamberlain and whatnot, what I noticed about Mikhail this time, so when I'd done that fight when he lost his British title, was a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, and this guy's headspace is in a different space to what it was when he boxed Chamberlain. Chamberlain was living rent-free in his head, and there was something, he was quiet, he was a bit reserved, and you go, you ain't giving the energy of a champion. You're giving the energy of a guy that looks like his heart been beaten. This one, You're giving me energy where I'm getting positive vibes. I'm looking at it, he's more vocal in what he's saying. You know, he's holding his body better. He's going and he's saying stuff with belief. So you go, that's a different guy, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like boxing, what a lot of people don't recognise is boxing is not all about the physicality, right? Because when you get into them penultimate rounds, 10, 11, 12, the physicality is out the window. It's about the mental strength, the psychological battle. And his headspace is in a different space, and that's where we're at with it.
Spence? That's all we need from you.
Yeah, that was a great analysis. I feel like I'm going to fight now. Yeah, I want to go fight.
Yeah, well done. You can go and get your little brother, Johnny Nelson.
Johnny.
Let's talk about it.
Mr. Nelson.
That's it. How are you doing, mate? I've done it. I've said it. It's done. No, it's done, man.
He's just breaking it all down.
If you can add something to that.
Mr. Johnny Nelson.
I'll let you lead.
Yeah,
first of all,
I knew you was going to do this.
First of all, he knows what he's talking about. Thank you.
He does.
Yeah, you just check out their podcast. Mama was on point. Even I went,
Yeah.
I went, you know what? He knows.
You want to give context? I'll tell you what the context is.
I'm going to.
I asked Miles, who is a boxer throughout history who doesn't perhaps get the flowers they deserve. And out of nowhere, but I certainly wasn't expecting it. He said, Johnny Nelson.
You know what? And I said,
Wow.
damn, you know what? At least somebody who's just common sense and looks at things differently. So respect where respect is due.
Wow.
Whenever you want me, I'm there.
No, but it's the truth, though. It's the truth.
Let's get straight to the top of the bill. I can't quite figure out how this fight goes. Every time I think I make a decision, I seem to second guess it, and I can't get my head really around it. What are you expecting?
My common sense tells me this. If I didn't know what was happening behind the scenes with Frazer, Clarke, I would expect Fabio Wardley to tear him up. Because I know for a fact, what you've done in the amateurs means Jack Diddley in the pros. I had 13 amateur fights, I only won 3. The amount of national champions, Olympians I beat when I turned pro in the first half a dozen of my fights is ridiculous. They're thinking, how's he done that? The boy's only won 3 amateur fights. So the amateurs mean Jack Diddley. There's not very many good amateurs that make outstanding professional. But the reason why I'm siding towards Frazer is because I know the people he's sparring with in the gym. I know that these people he sparred with in the past, Joyce, Anthony Joshua, all of them going through. So when you see these headliners there, Frazer sparred with them on a regular, held his own with these people. So if you're talking about fighting experience, Frazer's actually more experienced than Fabio, but Fabio's the one that's done it in public. So in this situation, as a professional fighter, Fabio is a more experienced professional fighter. Frazer, he's undercover. So that's the only reason why I go for Frazer. Otherwise, on the outside looking in, I'd say Fabio because he's got a proven track record.
What is your stance with the weight? Because Fabio came in at 17, right? 17.5, and Frazer came in at 19. Bang on.
Yeah, so I think Frazer is a naturally big guy. I think Fabio's faster than Frazer. This is down to skills. If Frazer tried to match him for pace, he's going to gas out. Remember, this is the 12-rounder. So if you try to match him for pace, he's going to gas out because he's never had to fight at pace. Everything's always been within his grasp, within his control. Even the level quality of fighters, he's trained accordingly. Now he's had to train accordingly again. Pace is going to be the key for Fabio. If I'm talking in Fabio's corner, if I was talking to Fabio, I'd say, Fabio, keep the pace, keep it consistent, keep moving, keep making him move, keep making him use his feet. That's what you're going to work on because you're never going to match him for boxing IQ. Yeah. You're boxing for youth. You're matching for youth, and you're matching for boxability. Yeah, without a doubt.
If I had to ask you to place your pound somewhere, where are you going?
I'm going Frazer Clarke. Frazer Clarke. I think it's going to be a hard-fought win. If it's a stoppage win, I'm going Frazer. If it's a points win, I'm going Fabio.
Really? Ooh, you've gone the other way around.
So you think Frazer can stop Fabio?
On points?
I think Fabio will fall apart. I think Frazer hits him and hurts him. He'll fall apart. And that's when the inexperience comes in. Remember, Fabio's come in, and Fabio's on a roll, man. He's got the naivety of youth thinking, God, I love all of this thing here. And everything's gone his way. So has he ever been in a fight when things haven't gone his way? And I don't mean just for a punch. I mean for a couple of shots, for a round. And that's where that mental strength and the ignorance will kick in. And he might make a silly mistake. So if he gets a stoppage, I'm going Frazer. If it's points, I'm going Fabio because he has the pace.
Very bold prediction.
Wow.
And I think that is probably where we should end this show.
Drop the mic.
There is only one thing left to do. If there are any tickets left, I'm not sure there are.
think there is.
Go and buy them, get to the O2. If not, make sure you tune into Sky Sports on Sunday, Easter Sunday, for Bad Blood. We'll see you there.
Don't worry about it.